Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Jurgen Klopp has threatened to quit Liverpool if the results continue to go the way they have been. And with the way Liverpool have played this season, could this mean a departure for Jurgen Klopp this summer? Could the unthinkable happen for Liverpool? Well, let's dive straight into it because I think the way that this season's gone, with the amount of sackings we've had, was it 13? I think we're heading for 14 if Forest get rid of Cooper. I mean, it's a relentless devastation of Premier League managers this season. And would Jurgen Klopp fancy another year? Well, let's delve straight into what these quotes are to do with. They're ahead of the Chelsea game last night, where he basically said, he was asked whether he's experienced a season like this, and he said no, and we can't really face another season like this because I wouldn't be Liverpool manager anymore. We've basically got to work hard and get ourselves out of this situation. And I suppose the big question is, does Jurgen Klopp want to work hard to get out of this situation? And more importantly, will Liverpool provide him with the platform to work hard to get out of this situation? We've always heard that with Jurgen Klopp, there's been a lot of rumours that he would leave Liverpool and take a year out of football before taking another job. The interesting thing for me about Jurgen Klopp is there is that sense that he could be coming towards the end of the Liverpool journey, potentially. But he's still only 55 years of age. If he left Liverpool this summer and took a year out, he'd be coming back into a big job at 56 with another 10-year career somewhere else. So look, it's a very interesting scenario. I think Liverpool fans would never want to see Jurgen Klopp sacked, and I don't think Liverpool Football Club would ever sack him. But the big question Jurgen Klopp's got at the moment is if these recent results have left him feeling on the edge and feeling like, no more of this can happen, we've got to work our way out. What if they did get smashed by Arsenal on Sunday? What happens then? Because I look at that Liverpool side like many people do at the moment, and it's a long way off. I think Liverpool should be fighting tooth and nail to keep Jurgen Klopp, and they should be giving him the situation. And what I mean by situation is the finance and the structure and the vision to turn Liverpool into a team that they were 2 or 3 years ago, where they were fighting for titles in the Champions League. But you look at football now, you look at the landscape. Man City aren't going anywhere. Newcastle are coming through. Arsenal have come from nowhere. Chelsea will get it right at some point. They'll just keep spending until they do. And then you've got Man United potentially. So there's 5 clubs without Liverpool, making it harder than it has been for the last few years. And you cannot underestimate what Liverpool did in competing and winning against Man City and pushing Man City, but there wasn't really anybody else. You now look at that Liverpool side, and it is the end of an era for that team. The Mane's gone, Firmino's going, Salah, what's his future? Fabinho looks spent, Henderson looks like he's finished, Van Dijk's been mentioned, Trent, Robertson. They look like they need a massive injection of players and therefore cash. And we've seen in the past Sir Alex Ferguson rebuild teams at Manchester United, and effectively that is what Jurgen Klopp needs to do. Now, can he do that? Yes, he can. I feel like Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Jurgen the Builder. Yes, he can fix it. Of course he can. He's one of the best managers in the game. But I don't know, and he will know, whether Liverpool are going to give him that platform. And Jurgen Klopp could be sat there with every part of him wanting to make Liverpool successful again, and that could cloud his judgment to just say, I'm going to try. But he could also be sat there going, well, look at what Pep Guardiola's got at Man City. Look at what Chelsea have spent in the last year, and they're still nowhere near top 4. Look at Ten Hag at Man United, could be about to get new owners. Look at Arteta at Arsenal, could be about to win the league. Look at Newcastle in that situation, that's the big unknown. What have I got to spend in the summer? He says to his boss, and his boss says, we can give you about 100 million quid. Never enough. Never enough. I need 2 midfielders. I need to work on that defence. The bench isn't good enough. I need 200-300 million quid, and I don't want to sell anyone, and I can't really sell anyone. And that becomes the problem, because if Liverpool say, well, no, Jurgen, we can't do that. That's not who we are. That's not what you want to be. Jurgen Klopp could say, well, look, I've done everything. I've took this club to a Premier League that they'd never done. I've won a Champions League again. I've pushed the best team in the Premier League for the last 5 years on numerous occasions. But I can't do it. I can't do it with what I've got. And all that's going to happen is that this great journey we've been on together is going to fade away into a position where these fans that are very loyal to what we've built, will start to get frustrated. I'll start to get frustrated. And like many departures in the past, you look at Wenger at Arsenal, it never should have ended like it did. It never should. It's better to burn out than to fade away. And maybe that's what Jurgen Klopp will do. Maybe he will go, look, I'm in possession of all the facts. It's been one hell of a journey, and it's time to move on. I just wouldn't rule anything out. I really wouldn't. And I know there'll be Liverpool fans saying, I think that might happen. There'll be a lot of Liverpool fans saying he will never do that. But I think Jurgen Klopp is realistic. And I think he's also about legacy of Liverpool as well, and as well as himself. And I can see a situation where if you don't get 3 or 4 players in the summer, you will not compete next season, even for the Champions League. And therefore, you're fading out. Liverpool's too big a club to just have another season like that. And I think Jurgen Klopp's offering up that hint when he said yesterday, if I have another season like this season, we can't have another season like that, I won't be Liverpool manager. Now, he might be talking from a point of view that he'd be sacked, but he might also be talking from a point of view that, if this is the future, it can't be the future. We've had a great journey, but that's the end of it. And Jurgen Klopp is the sort of person that could just say, that's the end of the road, let's depart. I don't know. I think Liverpool's approach to the Chelsea game yesterday was confusing. They still had an outside. I mean, I've always predicted Liverpool were going to get top 4. I've got bets going on that they'll get top 4, and it's very unlikely now. And I was very surprised by their approach last night. It's Chelsea away. They make a lot of changes, and look, it's probably a fair bet that Chelsea wouldn't score a goal. They can't score goals for love nor money at the moment. But when you look at it, they should have scored. It wasn't a good Liverpool performance. Chelsea carved them open numerous times and got in one-on-one. It was bad finishing. It wasn't a good Liverpool performance. That game could have been 2 or 3-0. So I don't think there's a lot for Liverpool to take from that point against Chelsea. And actually, it's a game that you need to win. I think Liverpool mentally and physically are in third gear and they can't get out, and they've not been able to get out of it for a long time. And I think there will be a few more dodgy results. And ultimately, I think the future of Liverpool and the future of Jurgen Klopp comes down to what's going to happen in the summer transfer window. And if Liverpool can find the funds to give him a chance, I think he will stay. And if they can't, I think it could be a very interesting summer. And look, as a United fan, we're going through a sale process that's dragging on, but at least we're potentially going through one. Liverpool sort of offered that up, and now they haven't. And I think that was the get out for Liverpool's future. It looked like FSG were looking at a situation where they were going, look, we've done as much as we can. The next stage is to be able to compete with Liverpool, with Manchester City and Newcastle, and therefore we're looking to sell the club. I don't know whether nobody was interested in buying Liverpool, but the price wasn't as ridiculous as it is for Manchester United, and Liverpool's a massive football club. So it's an interesting one to observe for Liverpool, because the reasonable expectation is that Jurgen Klopp will be there next year and try and rebuild this Liverpool side, and maybe they can find the energy levels that they had last season next season. But on the other hand, why keep banging your head against the brick wall if you know you're going to be banging it again next season? So it'd be interesting. And as I said, in football, the way it's gone this season, you just don't know. And I think Jurgen Klopp is an honest coach, and I think he's hinted at an end at Liverpool on numerous occasions, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens over not just the next few weeks, but into the summer as well, because we've seen it before. We saw it with Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson, nobody had a clue at this stage of the season that Sir Alex Ferguson was going to retire. And he retired, and that was it. No one knew it was going to happen, and then it just happened at the end of the season, and that was it. So, look, do I think Jurgen Klopp will be Liverpool manager next season? Honestly, and not that Liverpool fans will give a toss what I think. Honestly, I'm sort of 50-50. I think so much of it rests on what Liverpool are going to offer up in the summer. And if they don't offer anything up, then I think Klopp is just staying out of loyalty, which he may well do, but he's in danger of fading away as a Liverpool great manager. And we've seen Dalglish walk and people like that in the past. Interesting. Get your comments in, smash the like on the video, and make sure you subscribe.